Welcome to Fun with Flags. This is my 49-star American flag from that brief shining moment after Alaska, but before Hawaii joined the Union. I wrote this song when my family and I cruised Alaska. It was more beautiful than we ever imagined. We saw whales and otters and bald eagles in the wild. And looking at those bald eagles, I had to wonder what they think about us calling them bald. For one thing, they're not bald, they have white feathers on their heads. But most importantly, what do they think about us using them as our national symbol? Anyway, people have asked me why a song that takes place in Alaska has a Latin beat. So I asked my collaborator and musician extraordinaire, Aaron Buchheister, why he did it that way.
Hi, I'm Aaron Buchheister, and I worked on Lee Chapman's song, I'm Not Bald, for his record, Real Life. Lee brought me several songs for this project, for this record, that were MIDI arrangements that used electronic instruments, and oftentimes I would ask, what do you want to hear for this song? And sometimes he would have specific visions, and sometimes he'd say, just go with your gut and make something cool. So this was, I think, an instance of that, of me going with my gut. And so the song, the lyrics at the end, I won't stand for your Marine Corps, eat fish, make love, not war. It's about a bald eagle and this being forced to be the symbol of your nation. So to me, it drew to mind a lot of feelings of like the hippies of the 60s and the anti-war movement, and what music could be kind of a contrast to what an American symbol is supposed to be. Who did America not like in the 60s? Well, like Cuba. So I kind of went with a Cuban style of music, and it's not real Cuban music, but it's Cuban flavor, let's say. And I think that serves as a nice contrast to the American, how American the eagle is supposed to be. And also the chords of the song lend themselves really well to that style of music, just those nice minor chords.
So you're like one of those guys who thinks and stuff, right? I get it. So I know I'm singing. I don't think I play guitar. So who's playing what on this song?
So I played a bunch of instruments on this song, starting with, I think, nylon string, acoustic guitar. And that started giving it that flavor. And then I added several percussion instruments to it. Shaker, bongos, and then the guiro, which the song actually starts out with a guiro, and it's kind of cool. I think I messed up and dropped the guiro is a cylindrical instrument with grooves on it and a stick that you scrape across it, and it goes. But I think I messed up and dropped it while arranging cables or something, and went, oh cool, that's a neat sound. So the song actually starts out with me just hitting the guiro, and then later in the song you hear it scraping. And then I also played electric guitar on the song and pedal steel. And pedal steel is kind of fun because it's a truly American instrument, but in this like Cuban music setting, it's like something that doesn't belong. And that's the instrument that sounds kind of just floaty in the chords, and emphasizing the chords. So in the production of this song, I have done all those things, and we liked it. But I had a session for another project that was bringing in the band Unified Jazz Ensemble to my studio to record. And I told Lee, hey, we should try to get these guys on a couple of these songs. So on this particular song, we had John Pineda, who played upright bass, He did a fantastic job. And then Tim Stanley on trumpet. And Tim specifically, part of his sound on this song was interesting. First of all, he improvised all those parts. I think he heard the song once or twice. I think we did 2 takes of this song, and I think the first take was just perfect, and we just left it as the first take. And it's kind of cool. He's a jazz improviser, so he just listened to the song. I maybe gave him a chord chart. He listened to the song, and where there were gaps in the vocals is where he would fill in little phrases. So that was kind of cool. And also interesting about the trumpet is the sound of the trumpet for this song. You'll notice it doesn't sound like a normal trumpet. In this song, he used something called a Harmon mute, which is like a metal can that you put in the trumpet, and there's a little cup that looks like a trumpet mouthpiece that goes inside of it, and some people leave it in and some people take it out. I'm not sure what the specific arrangement of that mute was for this song, but nevertheless he had a Harmon mute on his trumpet, and that's like a sound that I've heard a lot in Cuban music, and like Miles Davis used that sound a lot. So that gives the trumpet a more like reedy, soft, intimate sound instead of it kind of contrasting against like the blaring, brash marching band sound of like the American sound. So I think that was a cool contrast that we achieved there. And then our friend Mickey Ekman had come over to play on a bunch of other songs for this record, and we got through all those songs, and as is usually the case, we got through them faster than we thought, and Mickey said, "Well, I'm here. Do you have anything else you want me to play on?" And I thought, well, maybe this song could use drums, but I'm not sure. And the fun of working on music is often that you don't know what's going to happen. So I try to follow the path of let's try it and find out, instead of just nixing the idea without having heard it. So I think I played him a couple seconds of the song, and then he said, "Okay, cool, let's do a take." And he turned off the snare wires on his snare drum, and that kind of gives it like more of a tom drum, dum, 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 instead of crack crack, dum, dum, dum. And again, I think that gives it more of a less American flavor. It gives it less of an American flavor, and gave it more of an interesting Cuban-esque flavor. So all in all, I was very happy with all of the things that Lee let me do with this song, and it's hilarious. The lyrics are super funny, and I love it. It's a hit. All right.